The Cairngorms is the biggest national park in the whole of the UK. There's big mountain riding, you've got 55 Munros to choose from, hand-cut single track and 2 amazing trail centres. All right. This series showcases my favourite trails in Scotland. I'm creating it sustainably by planting more trees, giving back to the trail associations and offsetting all their journey emissions. Good, we're on! Woo! In this episode we'll be exploring the trail centres Laggan and Glenlivet, going up a Munro Sgòr Gaoith which has amazing views, and finishing it off by riding hand-cut single track in high Burnside. Laggan is a raw, rugged trail centre. There's so much bedrock. As a trail centre, there's nothing quite like it elsewhere in the UK. First of all, we're going to check out the Black Trail. It's a pretty challenging climb up to it. There's a lot of sections where you go hopping on the bike, it's kind of trousery, and then when you get to the top, you've got a beautiful big view. The Black Trail itself is one of the most challenging in the whole of Scotland. It's nadgery, it's techie, and you've really got to work with your bike to find the flow. If the Black Trail's not for you, then there is a Red Trail. The Red Trail has still got some of those rocky, challenging features, but with a bit more flow and speed to it. We've made our way from the Black Trail onto the Red. The main feature of it is a ginormous rock slab. It's perfectly rollable, it's got a great run out, and it is super fun to ride. So let's get to it. I remember the first time that I ever hit it, just standing there quaking in my boots, trying to get the courage to hit it, and when you did, it feels so good. Still get that same feeling, that rush dropping down the trail and then hitting the berm at the bottom. Checked out the trail centre side, now we're going to head over to another hill commonly known as Laggan Brown. These are hand-cut trails, they're steep, rugged and really fun. We've just found this absolutely amazing hill fort. Apparently it's back to Pictish times, and all these stones that you see here were carried up the mountain. They're not native to the landscape, which is absolutely incredible. Been up here a bunch of times, but never taken the time to actually climb up here and take in the view, and it is absolutely stunning. Love finding these little gems when you're out riding. It's what makes the ride, what makes you remember it, and it is so cool up here. That was a wild ride. Tell you what, if you weren't scared on the Black, you'll shat it on the Brown. Glenlivet is a developing bike park. It's family orientated. There's a cafe there, blue trails, red trails, and the thing that I'm most excited about is the orange trail. The orange trail is a jump line. It flows really well, nicely shaped berms. It's rideable for a wide range of abilities. All the jumps are rollable. When you connect them up, it's an amazing feeling. Orange trail at Glenlivet is done. Super fun, so flowy, beautiful jumps all work together, nice big berms, and at the bottom you've got optional lines. You've got a flow line or a kind of A line where there's actually two quite big doubles that they just feel really nice, and it's cool to see the progression of this in Scotland and also the variation of riding you have in the Cairngorms. The Mini DH is contrasting to the rest of the trail centre. It's raw, rugged, rooty, challenging, and it's just super fun to lap. Cairngorms are known for their natural beauty. There's 55 Munros, the mountains are just incredible, the lochs are stunning, and the glens go on forever. It's a really special national park. Their big focus at the moment is rewilding, doing it sustainably and making sure that that natural beauty is there for generations to come. Wait until you see the view. Sgòr Gaoith is one of my favourite Munros in Scotland. Like just standing there on the edge of that sheer rock face, looking down at the loch and then having a panoramic view all around the Cairngorms is just magnificent. There's no better feeling. It's a reminder of how powerful nature is, and if we want this to be there for generations to come, then we need to take action. We're at the top of Sgòr Gaoith. The loch down there, the rocks, super cool. A couple of options, you can either ride around or you can hike a bike straight up the descent. We're gonna go down, it's pretty rocky, a little bit of a flat, and then it veers down the hill and it gets steep, it's fast, there's drainage bars, and we're gonna have a good time. Whilst I was in the Cairngorms, I had the opportunity to meet with Peter Cairns, who's doing some amazing rewilding work in Scotland. What he told me shocked me. Only 4% of our woodland is native, and as a country we only have a 19% woodland coverage. Compare that to the 37% average in Europe. Once upon a time our hillsides would have been covered in native woodland. There's lots of reasons why that's changed, but what resonated with me is that it's down to the lack of predators. Previously, they would have naturally managed the now large number of deer that trample and snack on the saplings. Peter and the team at Scotland The Big Picture have been working to share knowledge, and in his own words, initiatives such as Cairngorms Connect show what can be achieved. Here, young forests are on the march for the first time in generations, and natural processes are being allowed to shape and govern the landscape. Amidst climate breakdown and global nature loss, we need to find shared solutions that reflect these challenges while taking into account the social and economic needs of local communities. This is the very reason why part of the revenue generated from viewership will be donated back to planting more native Scottish trees. Aviemore has kind of been our base for exploring the Cairngorms, but in the town itself there's actually a really good trail network. We're up Burnside, there's a variety. A lot of it is really quite technical, it's tight in the trees, there's some big rock slabs, so I'm going to show you what it's like. This is a new one to me. It was a local recommendation, Antidote DH. A new one since I was last here. Let's drop in. Over the last number of years, I've really appreciated being able to ride my bike in these big landscapes. Understanding where you are, the geology, the history, how they're created has been fascinating. And it's been really interesting hearing about the rewilding efforts. And us mountain bikers need to remember that when we are in those landscapes, to slow down, take in the views, appreciate where you are, to respect the terrain, so that these trails are there for generations to come and we're welcome there. Thanks for watching this episode of Scotty's Scotland Showcase. All the revenue generated from you watching the series will be split between planting more trees in Scotland and the local trail associations. If you want to ride any of these trails for yourself, then be sure to check out the collection link in the description.